You are listening to the prophet of the highest, as written in Luke chapter 1, verse 76. Indeed, darkness and gross darkness has been covering the earth and the things therein, in fulfillment to Isaiah 60, verse 2, meaning that hatred, strifes, division, and lies have taken over the world and the people in it, which have resulted to stealing and killing all over the earth. But the Lord has sent me as a light that must cause darkness to vanish, as to enable peace to exist in fulfillment to Luke chapter 1, verse 79. Because the same way Ezekiel caused all the dried bones to come back to life, is the same way I, Israel, must cause the glory that was taken away from all the earth to return back, and I must also cause all that was demolished to be restructured, in fulfillment to Isaiah 51, verse 16, which said, I have put my word in thy mouth, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundation of the earth, and also tell all men that they all are people of the Lord. When Paul said, Behold, I show you mystery, in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 52, he was simply saying that many things are still difficult for him to understand or explain, but because they have not been made plain to him, and I, Israel, has come to make them plain and understandable. We all shall be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, written in 1 Corinthians 15, verse 51 to 52, does not mean that our flesh shall be changed. It simply means that changing of the knowledge we have concerning God shall never take a long process, in fulfillment to John 8:32, which said, You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free from religion, commandments, and every fear, including fear of hell and of death, which implicated the previous messages which you have already stored in your heart or mind as being contaminated with lies, which caused us to live in fear and enmity all these years, which was also the barrier hindering us of entering God's kingdom, as written in Revelation 21, verse 8. Consequently, had Hebrew 2, verse 15 given us deliverance from such fear, by saying, As many as were subjected to bondage of fear of death throughout their lifetime has been delivered. Mind you that the strong delusion that was sent by God to cause us to believe a lie in 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 11 has been removed, and we have escaped the embargo that said, ever learning and never be able to come to the knowledge of the truth, as written in 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 7. This message you are hearing was the reason Paul said that the last trump shall sound. Therefore, don't expect anything more than this, because he only predicted that last message shall come in a new shape. We all shall be caught up in the air and forever remain with God in the cloud or in the air, means that the same position Christ has been exalted to is the same position we all must occupy with Christ forever. We shall be like angels which does not marry or given to marriage, simply means that our flesh shall never prevent us from transcending to our destination. Not being married means that nothing can tie us down. Therefore, same way a spirit has the ability to disappear and appear any place of their choice, shall we also be. And that is the time we shall not need to speak before we can interact with one another, because everyone will know the mind of another. And then shall our spiritual eyes be opened in a way that we shall be seeing and interacting with the angels. Then we shall not need to do any work before we can eat, because the Spirit will be ministering or serving us. And our age shall be stabilized, and there shall not be a barrier to any language or any knowledge. And all the fearful activities like microchips implantations, robotism, one world government, and the currency, more of such must come to existence or come to pass, but none of such things can ever work for our harm, because the Lord has poured out his spirit of peace over all his creatures, just as when water covers the sea or the land, and nothing can resist it, in fulfillment to Habakkuk 2 verse 14, which said that the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the water covers the sea. And that must cause everything to start working with one mind, as figuratively explained in Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 3 to 28.